Hey, chosen ones, how are you guys doing? So I hope you're continuing to evolve and elevate and become your best self because that is a work in progress, is an ongoing thing that should happen like every day. Okay. Now, chosen ones, today I wanted to talk about releasing narcissistic people in your life. Okay. I'm going to specifically talk about releasing my ex. So, in a couple of videos ago, I talked about how it's been 5 years since we separated and we're now fully divorced. And yeah, he has no control over me or anything like that. And as I'm growing and as God is working in me, I have noticed certain things happen. So, one of the things is that last week I had two dreams back to back of my ex. Okay. The first dream, it seemed like we had like a gathering at my ex's house. So this place, it felt like it was his place. And I was there with some other familiar faces, and I was lying on like a bed stroke sofa in the living room. And then I noticed that my ex came to lie behind me, but I totally ignored him like he wasn't even there, like he was a piece of log. And I just carried on lying there. Now, whilst we were there, it reminded me of when we were together. And what would happen is he would invite his friends over. And, they say birds of a feather flock together. And I never really felt comfortable around his friends, or they were people that I personally wanted to interact with. He would not necessarily invite me into like their gatherings and all this. And to be very honest with you, we were like chalk and cheese. Like these guys liked to drink and, talk about senseless stuff. And it wasn't really my thing. And so I would find myself in the room doing stuff, things that I liked. And once in a while, they would call me out and say, oh, say hi. And I'll come out and say hi and all this. And then I'll go back to do my thing. So now, whilst we were in his living room, we found out that his current girlfriend was in his place. And I knew she was there from the beginning of the chat. But it was almost like she's there, but she's in another room kind of thing. So as we were preparing to kind of like leave and stuff, and one of the people said, oh, ask her to come out and say hello. So she came out to say hello, and she came and she shook my hand. And the feeling I got was like she hated me. All right. And what it is that these narcissists will go and tell their current partners that you are this and you're that. It's all complete lies. They will make up things so that they hate you. Like they don't even know you, but they hate you. And it's such a sad thing because they manipulate you in a way that you support them. You don't even think that there's two sides to every story, right? Until obviously further down the line is the relationship and you're like, it was all a lie. So when she shook my hand, I felt this like huge amount of hate that she had for me. I was unbothered, right? And so then she left to go and potter around or whatever, and we were still there having a conversation. And then a little while later, she came back into the room that we were in, and she was just like, she said to us, oh, you know what, actually, I'm not well. I'm really, really ill. And she was bleeding from all places. And my first thing was, oh my gosh, poor soul. I hope she can get through this relationship because it's going to be tough. Like this guy is a demon. He's like literally a devil, and it's going to be so hard for her. And so I was like, God, please. Like I was actually praying for her. As much as she hated me, I was praying for her because I was there. I had experienced it. And I don't know if it was me releasing those feelings and saying, well, actually, I don't take account of those anymore. But what actually happened was everyone was like, oh, gathering around her, trying to help her. And my narcissistic ex was sitting somewhere, not concerned or bothered. And the feeling I got again was like, it's not got nothing to do with me. It's not my fault. She's not well. That's her problem kind of thing. And that was always the case in our relationship. When you're ill, they do not care. If you're on your deathbed, they will not care. They are like such selfish beings. And actually, it feels like they enjoy you suffering, And so after this dream ended, no, even before it ended, I felt like, gosh, thank God I no longer have to deal with somebody like this. Thank God it's not me. Thank God I am not in that position anymore. And as bad as I felt for her, I was just grateful that I was no longer there anymore, that he had no control and it was no longer a part of my life. So that was the first dream I had. The next day, I had another dream. Now, this dream, I was in my office working, and I think I had one of my children with me, and an IT person. And it felt like my ex was chasing me, like trying to chase after me. So I was in this office. He came running in the office with an accomplice, I don't know, somebody else. And as soon as they barged into the office, myself and the child, we literally ran out and was like running for our lives, basically. I don't understand why. I don't know what that was all about. But after we were running for like a few minutes, I ended up stopping and thinking, wait a second, why are we running? And he's now with our computers, right? So he's going to have access to things. And so I started running back to my office, and lo and behold, his accomplice was on my computer trying to hack it to get all my passwords and all my security information and all of that. So I was able to kind of snatch my laptop and all of this kind of stuff and then run off. Okay. And in that dream, again, the dream ended, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this person anymore. I'm so glad he's no longer in my life. And I was actually really glad it was a dream as well. But after that, I've kind of just thought to myself, there's nothing that he could do to make me afraid. But after every dream, what I did do was pray. I prayed heavily that I would be protected, that my kids would be covered, and that, you know, all the bonds and everything that we used to have would be broken in the name of Jesus. But the point is that I think those dreams were actually me releasing my ex and saying to myself in my subconscious that actually, even if it's in a dream, they have no control over me. Okay. And so I just want, you know, you guys to know that when you're releasing these narcissistic relations, a lot goes on. I think a lot goes on in the spiritual world. So we need to be prayed up. Okay. These demons are truly evil and wicked. They are being run by demonic spirits, and we want nothing to do with them. Okay. And, you know, we bind them in the name of Jesus. But I am just glad that I have a fresh start now. I feel like God has really renewed my spirit and renewed my mind as well. And I'm ready to move forward in a positive way. So if you have been in a narcissistic relationship and, you know, you're still going through tough times and you still feel those ties and all of that kind of stuff, know that you will get past it. But keep prayed up and keep working on yourself. That is key. Continue to work on self-love and growing and becoming strong and positive, because these demons will not be able to touch you when that happens. And when they realize this, it's going to hurt them a lot. So chosen ones, this was a quick video that I wanted to share. Let me know if that any of you have had these kind of dreams, if any of you have dreamt about like a narcissistic ex. And, you know, prayer is important, you know, always maintain prayer and you'll be protected. You'll be fine. Okay. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. My name is Anita. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.